Hey y'all, I'm Alpha Times, and today in our science section we'll be discussing life on Venus. Yeah, Venus, not that Venus or that one. So let's get some basic facts straight for you. Unless you've been living under a rock or never been to school, oops, I didn't mean to say that. You know that there are 8 planets in the solar system. Sorry, Pluto. You'll always be in our hearts. So, Venus is the second planet from the Sun and is a hell world covered with carbon dioxide, and it's filled with sulfuric clouds, making it impossible for life to survive there, we think. The planet also has an extreme greenhouse effect, which makes the surface temperature at 462 Celsius, which is like 700 Fahrenheit. So basically, it's like a sauna gone bad, and it makes a sauna look livable, in fact. Many scientists have called Venus as the sister of Earth or even an evil copy, just because of how similar both planets are. Yes, you heard that correctly. They both have a similar size, a similar surface area, and even a rotation year, although Venus has a rotation year of 227 days, while Earth has 364 days, and they're both have the same proximity to the sun, with the big elephant in the room being the atmosphere and that runaway gas. Well, someone's probably been eating a lot of beans, I guess. The next important thing in this video is the habitable zone, also known as the Goldilocks zone. It's not too hot, not too cold, and it's just perfect. This is the zone where it's possible for liquid water to form, and we think life too. We think, we're not 100% sure yet. So, a few billion years ago, the sun wasn't as hot as it is today or powerful, so the habitable zone was closer to Venus than Earth. In fact, Venus is still technically in the habitable zone even today. So let's go back a few billion years in time and let's see how Venus's atmosphere formed. Let's go back a few billion years, everyone. How does Venus form an atmosphere? Well, we know that Venus did form an atmosphere, at least we suspect that it did because of research done by NASA and the Soviet Union Space Agency, who sent spacecraft there between the 1960s and the 1980s. Now, we can't actually send any spacecraft to the surface for long periods of time like we do in Mars because the surface temperatures there is so strong it would actually crush the machinery. In fact, that's what's happened to a lot of the spacecraft sent, but they did were able to transfer it for a couple of hours, so we got quite a few stuff from them from there. As I said, from the 1960s onwards, we determined that Venus is made up of the same stuff that Earth was too. So NASA theorized that water may have existed in large quantities enough to make a shallow ocean. So what happened? Well, Venus's location to the Sun and the fact that it rotates a lot slower than Earth resulted in the water evaporating over a long period of time. And also, don't forget, the radiation from the sun helped too. That's the short nutshell version of it. So, you're all probably wondering, what kind of life did Venus have? Well, that's the point of the video. Well, the short answer is we don't know, and we probably won't know for a long time. But we can take an educated guess and say that it probably had a moderate climate with an ocean covering maybe 60% of the planet, so it would have looked like an early Earth. Well, way, way, way before the dinosaurs and even the earliest land, land plants and land animals when they started to come there. This life would have gone on for billions of years. So we're really just talking about something that is really basic multicellular life, which is pretty cool, but it wouldn't have done much. This life would have been on the planet for billions of years, but anything beyond that, we don't know. I will say that it probably wouldn't have evolved beyond just simple multicellular life because Venus lacks a strong moon which would have helped it from the sun like ours, an Amazon layer to protect it from radiation. Seriously, guys, like space is really deadly, and there's a lot of dangers that we're unaware of and we're still finding out about. It's not just rocks. So, in conclusion, everyone, It's really sad to think about, but maybe we're all from Venus. I'm not kidding. There is actually a theory that suggests life on Earth could have been seeded from Mars and also recently from Venus, because as I said in this video. So maybe the bacteria from both planets intermingled with our early life and we're here today. You're probably wondering, how do scientists know all of this? Well, the short simple answer is we used climate change models from how bad things could get on Earth and applied it to Venus. The theory, which is that it is at the moment, shows that life could have evolved on multiple planets, and maybe there is more life in our solar system than just Earth. And one of Jupiter's moons called Europa, but that's a video for another time. Thanks for tuning in, and we always find this stuff fascinating. So check it out for yourselves.